to the Providence Bridge pedal. Clip in, saddle up, let's go. Welcome to the Providence Bridge pedal, Fremont Express route. Today, we're riding for a cause. The cause? The BOB program. I forget what BOB stands for. Bridges over something. Connecting patients where they're at, on the streets, in the clinics, in the ER, with resources. Introducing the riders and their rigs who joined along for this fun ride. Scott and Lori. I am always delighted when they come out to join me on an adventure, and they came out in full force on their Portland, recently acquired beach cruisers. Now, let's be honest, these beach cruisers probably weren't the most appropriate bike choice for a 20-plus miler day, especially when pedaling over giant suspension bridges and the untold elevation gain needed. Nevertheless, they came out in their flashy red and pink beach cruisers and their can-do attitude. And of course, yours truly was out for the ride, atop my steadfast, specialized Cirrus. Aluminum frame, but don't forget those sweet, sweet carbon forks. The morning started out quiet and super early, so that we could catch the sunrise from atop the bridge. We're headed to breakfast on the bridge. We own the highway, no cars, yo, yo! One day only. Oh! This one-of-a-kind ride starts off with greeting the sunrise atop a typically very busy car-laden bridge, and greeting each other, all while having coffee and yummy snacks. I can't think of a better way to start a day. Once the sun had fully risen over the city and the caffeine had set in, it was time to put tires down and explore what the city has to offer. And the Good Vibes Jam Fest just continued. Bikes, marimba, and sunrises. It really couldn't get any better. We all couldn't hold ourselves back from a little bit of dancing. Marimba is my new favorite music. It's such joyful music. Even the musicians are dancing. And look, it looks as though Scott has woken up. I see you there dancing. All right, it's time to put our helmets in downhill mode. It's about to get real. About to send it down the 405. Clip in, saddle up. Let's go. Fun, horrific, happy, stressful. Life's a journey, so ride on. Welcome aboard the Hawthorne Bridge.
1.66 miles into the ride, hour and 37 minutes. Taking a break at an aid station. Bathrooms, bananas, granola bars. It's been slow going, but a beautiful day, beautiful music, good friends, and just a few friends, biker friends. Check in with you later.
What did I say? She rides like a butterfly.
A hill! We got this! Let's put our head down and pedal. Bridge part 2. Mile 20. 2 hours and 56 minutes total, including stopping time. The music presentation atop the second main bridge ride of the day was very moving. Standing there, straddling my bike atop a very tall bridge, the music moved me and gave me pause. I thought about the native lands that we stand upon, but also, in my previous work, I stood alongside many who struggled with suicide ideation, and it felt like a moment to pause and reflect and hold space. As I eventually got back on my bike and began to descend down the other side of the bridge, I held these souls in my heart and mind as I pedaled on into the city further. Approaching the Ross Island Bridge. a shout out to all the different styles of accessible bikes we found along the route. This clever bike gets my first place award. How do I get a ride? Seeing the different accessible bikes along the route, accommodating different needs, reminded me of how much I love bikes and how there are just so many different types and styles with seemingly no two alike, just like us. Speaking of the different needs that we all have, I found myself around mile 21 doing one of my favorite activities of pedaling and reflecting, of listening to the trail and hearing what it needed to teach me that day. With the moving musical performance atop the Fremont Bridge still very much resonating in me from a mile ago, coupled with where I had stood next to the suicide prevention phone number sign, I found myself pedaling on and thinking about mental health. If I had one wish, it would be to remove the societal stigma that we have created for behavioral and mental health needs, and to remove the surrounding shame and fear that we seem to have so deeply embedded in this aspect of our health and well-being as humans.
We're riding for a cause. The cause? The Bob program. I forget what Bob stands for.
It stands for Better Outcomes Through Bridges, and it is in partnership with Providence, Oregon. A portion of all 10,000 riders' registration fees for the annual Portland-Providence Bridge Pedal goes toward this program. The Bob program works to empower individuals on their journey toward better health and well-being by supporting them as they access their mental and physical health care needs, which is surprisingly not an easy thing to access and navigate for many. And if I may say so, this is exactly the kind of work that needs to be done. From my 14 years working in mental health care, I saw far too many gaps in the system, allowing for humans to continue to suffer. It absolutely broke my heart. The Bob program aims to address these gaps in services by providing a relationship-first, full hands-on approach to ensuring our neighbors are cared for. Literally walking alongside a fellow human being through their entire care journey makes my heart sing. You go, Bob. So yes, this was the agency we were riding bikes for that day. Now, where were we? Let's see. Oh yes, biking across the Ross Island Bridge and reflecting on all the connections we were making in the community, from bridges to healthcare.
I'm gonna get you. I got you. You do not live on the highway. I will take you where you belong. Come along with me. Well, no adventure would be complete without a little litter pickup. Plenty to choose from on today's ride. Went with plastic water bottle. Okay, the route is changing. Must pay attention. It's gotten a little industrial at this point of the ride. Portland is it has these approaching the something bridge. I'll put a little text about what bridge this is in post edit.
There's a message drifting in the air. If you listen, you will notice music everywhere. This bridge is made of hope.
Going down. Whee! Almost there.
This bridge is made of hope. In this world of hunger, war, and strife, we can together, all included, build a better life. This bridge is made of hope. Side by side,
That's the finish line. Yahoo!
this bridge is made of hope. Side by side, this bridge is made of hope. Side by side, this bridge.
I'm glad you saddled up with me and joined along on this episode of Adventures with Aaron and Carly. This time, just Carly and friends, as we pedaled across Portland doing Portlandy things, from drinking coffee atop the 405 at dawn, dancing to marimba music in our bike helmets, and best of all, supporting the Providence Bob program by connecting bridges and the community for the greater human good. Happy trails, friends. And until next time, remember, life's a journey. So ride on.